Hello my hair warriors, it's me, Aaron O'Brien, your friendly neighbourhood hairdresser. Today's video is sponsored by Lordhair.com and we are going to be speaking about frontal hair systems and the difference between that and a topper. And I'm sure you want to know all the information. Alright, let's go. To start off, we are going to talk about the difference between a topper, which is also a hair system, or we're also talking about a frontal piece, which is just for the front of the head. So a topper will cover the majority of the top of the head depending on your measurements and how much you are actually balding. So a topper can cover the front area, the top area, and some of the back area, just like I'm wearing today. A frontal hair system is generally used if you are just balding or if you have a receding hairline around the front of your face. So you want to make sure that you're only taking care of that area. So if you're in stage 3 of hair loss, you're probably wondering if I need a topper, which is a full hair system just like I'm wearing now, or if you only need a frontal hairpiece. If your hair is pretty much thick from the back, nearly reaching the front, that's when it comes into play and you can actually wear a frontal hair system. If you're balding more than 6 inches in width, you will have to go for a topper. A frontal hair system is not for you. So step 2 with measurements are you want to measure your temple area. If it's more than 2 inches in length where your hair recedes, then you have to have a full system topper, as you will not get full coverage from the frontal hair system. If it is less than 2 inches though, you get away with it, you can wear the frontal hair system. They are absolutely fantastic. I have used them on many clients. They are very realistic. They have a great gradient, just like this would here at the front, and it just goes back and blends perfectly into the hair. You would generally get your own hair get cut into the frontal hair system to make sure that there is a seamless blend. I also recommend that you make sure that the frontal hair system has the same density as the rest of your hair because you don't want there to be a separation. If you do get a frontal hair system that is a bit thicker, you can always get someone, a professional like me, a hairdresser, to thin out the system slightly to make sure that it matches the full density of the rest of your hair. So usually with a frontal hair system, I recommend glue. Usually they are finer in thickness. They use a thin skin for the base of the frontal hair system. Glue is always best to stop it ripping. It lasts a little bit longer. If you want an easy cleanup, you can use tape. I use it on occasion for clients that want to change the system at home, but it's kind of up to you whether you use glue or whether you use tape. Glue keeps the system, the frontal hair system, closer to the scalp, so it is more realistic. Tape, because it is slightly thicker, gives a raised bed just at the front and may not give a more realistic look. But then again, it depends on what your pros and cons are. If you want an easy cleanup, you would use tape. If you want a more realistic frontal hairline where it's closer to the scalp, I would recommend glue. The frontal hair system comes in a range of colors just like most of these hair systems do, and if you want to check out what color will match when it comes to picking out your frontal hair system, I have made a video already on this page with Lordhair.com and you can check that out to make sure that you pick the perfect color for your hair. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to click the link below and subscribe and comment and all of that good stuff. I hope your brains are swelled with all that information, and don't forget to check out all my videos in the future. See you guys soon. Bye.